Well, guys, I hope y'all are enjoying your springtime. As you can see, I am enjoying springtime here in the South. Matter of fact, I just got home from a special Thursday afternoon sprint. I say special because normally on Thursdays I'm in the gym, but this happens to be one of my rest weeks, so I'm getting a little extra riding in, especially since it's so sunny out. That's why I stay with the helmet on, because I believe in being safe, especially with me missing part of my head. So I don't think it looks good for the video, so let me go ahead and take off the protection, and y'all can just deal with my skull cap. I keep that to keep the sweat on my eyes while I'm biking in the heat. So, if you don't know, next month, May, is actually National Bike Month. And in just a few days, May 1st is actually National Bike Day. Supposedly there's a movement where everybody rides their bike to work to protect the environment. I'm not going to throw my 2 cents in for that this month. I'm going to be nice and stay focused as much as I can on the subject. And the subject for this month obviously is biking, but what can I talk about specifically with biking? Let me think. Hold on. There's my Schwinny. I think since I just got home from biking a sprint on the road, and seeing how my Schwinny's looking good in this video. Let's see. What can we talk about? I guess if you keep up with me on Instagram or social media, or you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know, or you hear me talk a lot about fat tire biking. So maybe we should discuss what fat tire biking is and what sets it apart from other biking, like cyclists you see on the road, or stationary cyclists in the gym, or spinning, which that's another subject I'm not going to touch, just because I'm not a fan of being locked in a room with other people on a fake bike. It's popular, a lot of people like it, so if that's you, great. But I'm an outdoors person. I like getting outside, feeling the wind against my face, especially now that I got the beard off. I like hearing the birds, seeing the sunshine, seeing the scenery. I'll try to include some of my pictures from my outside bike rides at the end of this video for you to see. But to bring you up to par, after my accident, or my original goal for biking was, my roommate I had in college was into biking, and he was real big into going off-road with his friends biking, and I had wanted to get into it. But while I was in rehab, I had learned that biking was really good for people with brain injuries, because, as I stated before, the natural motion of biking, with you pedaling with your right side, it automatically makes your left side move, which in the video this is my right, but this is my left. So by biking, I could stimulate the left side muscles that were paralyzed from the brain injury. So I figured it was a win-win situation. So I got a mountain bike. I was going to go biking, and the first time I went riding, I literally fell off. So I headed downtown where I live to a trail that was real popular with people, called the Augusta Canal. I may have some old pictures I can put in at the end of the video of that also. But the Augusta Canal it's like, basically it's two trails. One's basically a dirt road, pretty flat, smooth, no technical things, nothing you'd have to really brake real fast, no fast reflexes. Then it also has another trail going through the woods. Now, if you know anything about biking off-road, we call it single track. Single track biking is real narrow, and there could be rocks in it on the trail, there could be roots, low-lying tree limbs, animals, peasants, and snakes. On my first ride down on the mountain bike trail, off-road trail in the wood, I literally fell off my bike on a turn. And once I fell, I was kind of shocked. I went to get up and I heard if you know anything about outside, that's not a good sign you want to hear, especially when you're near water. So I knew it was a rattlesnake. So I never saw the rattlesnake. I didn't take the time to try and find it. I just wanted to get back on my bike and get out of there as quick as I could. And even without 30% of my brain, I was smart enough to do that. I got on my bike and got back on the flat trail, and rest assured, that was over 20 years ago. I have not been back on that path since, just because, you know, I've already cheated death once in my life. I wasn't about to risk it and try and cheat it again back in the woods where nobody's at. So if I got bit by a snake or died, nobody knows. They just find my bones. So I may have a brain injury, but I'm not stupid. So haven't been on that trail since. And honestly, because of that, because my reflexes aren't fast enough, I don't do a lot of off-road biking, which is why I do more fat tire biking. Now, fat tire biking, what we call it fat tire biking because if you've ever seen somebody biking like in the Tour de France or biking in your community on a road bikes have like small, narrow tires. They're like maybe an inch wide. So they actually make less contact with the road, so they can roll faster. Also, with road bikes, you put more air in them. Believe it or not, a road bike tire can take up to 120 plus PSA, pounds of air pressure. Compare that to your car that might have 30 pounds of air pressure in it. So there's a tremendous amount of air pressure in a road bike tire, which makes it harder, which makes it roll faster on the road. So you get a lot of coasting and you can go faster. So that's why a lot of people do it for cardio. But it's because of the tires being narrow and harder, you can go faster. And road bikes, geometry wise, they're more aerodynamic. So, and the way the rider sits on it, you get less drag from the wind. So everything about riding a bike on a road bike makes you go faster. Now, opposed to fat tire biking, which is what we call when you use a fatter tire, like, let me see if I can get up and show you a little bit wider tire of mine. See if I can turn this. See how wide that is? That is about 1.85 inches. Roughly 2 inches, if I can put it back up, roughly 2 inches or roughly 1 inch wider than a road bike. Hence the fat tire. Now the benefit of that is since the tire is wider, it makes more contact with the road surface, so you get more handling and more traction. And typically a mountain bike would have lots of knobbies. Let me get this and I can show you. But I mean, these are my off-road wheels, off-road tires. You've seen it back in the background of my videos for a year now. Now you get to see what they really are. These bad. See how wide the tire is? All these, we call them knobbies. They can dig into the ground. Now that's 2 inches of knobbies. So that's lots of traction for riding off-road. Enough of that for now. So when I do bike off-road, I put my knobbies on and bike off-road. But when I bike most of the time, it's on-road, fat tire biking. One, it's more convenient because I can get on my bike, leave my house, just get on the road and bike. I don't have to go somewhere like to the canal or to some trail outside the city to bike. So I'm gonna get a little bit. Like I said, I just got it back from biking. So that's really what I like a lot on fat tire biking. The other disadvantage, there's a disadvantage of doing this because the tire is wider and makes more contact. It's not set up to roll as fast. Now that tire right there, I keep my tires at 60 psi. So that's about half amount of air pressure in that tire compared to a road bike. So it's not as hard. So I won't get as fast as a roll either. So when I sit on it, the tire, put my weight goes on the tires, they expand even more. So now for mountain biking, that's good because it gives you more traction. But for fat tire biking, it's not as good because you're making more contact with the road and it's going to slow you down. Which means whoever's on the bike has to work harder. Now working harder meaning you have to use more muscles, leg muscles, upper body muscle to pull the handlebars and really torque your legs down and put some torque on the crank to get it going. Now I can't, like I said before, I can get on that thing right there and spin pretty fast. It's not set up for cadence right now, but I can tell you right now, I have gotten my heart rate up over 200 beats per minute on that. And I'm only averaging about 12 to 14 miles an hour. And topping out maybe at around 35 to 37 miles an hour going downhill. Now that's fat tire biking. To me, it's just more convenient. It will help with cardio and also help with strength training with building my legs up, building my arms up, my shoulders up, my core up. Now you may want to hide you building the core because most of the time when I bike, I'm biking standing up, especially going uphill. What we call grinding. By standing up, I'm taking my weight off the seat, which takes my weight off the tires, which basically I'm dragging less weight. And my body weight is distributed between the two wheels. And it allows me to pull up on the handlebars and press down with my legs to get more torque. So I can really grind it out going up some hills, which I like. Not a lot of people like it because they want a lot of riders just like to coast. They just want to go fast. Think going down here where you ain't got to work as hard. You know, I'm biking. I'm doing fat tire biking because I want to work hard. I want to push my body and make it, well, get into better conditioning as opposed to just coasting, not doing anything. Now, fat tire, where I live, there's not a whole bunch of people who do a lot of fat tire. They're either off-road trail hoppers or road bike riders or gravel bike, which gravel bikes are a whole another era that I'm not even getting into because it's not my thing. Now, I've had mountain bikes and I had road bike. I've had road bikes before in the past, and it's just too easy because I don't have to work as hard to do it. And personally, I don't feel like I'm getting as good as a workout when I'm on a road bike. I mean, I can fly. The things are light. Now, my bike right there, that's about 36 pounds. A road bike is made of different material. Even with the narrow tires, a road bike would probably be half the weight of that. So that's even less weight that I'm actually having to push pedal and move. That also helps them real faster. And that being twice as heavy, twice as wide tires, different geometry to see if you can see how the seat is. So if you see on that, my handlebars are about parallel with the seat, whereas a road bike, the seat will be up higher than the handlebars. So you'll be facing down like this, which think of like a wind tunnel. The air going over. With a mountain bike, I'm kind of like this. I'm catching the wind more than anything. Unless I hunt, sometimes I'll wedge my forearms between the bar ends you see there, and I'll lean down like if I'm going downhill to get, or if it's windy to get less wind resistance. And most of my time, I'm pretty much upright or slightly bent over, just because I want to work. So fat tire biking, it's, if you're wanting to build leg muscles, that's the way to go. You're moving more weight. It's less wind resistant. So you have to work leg muscles. I'm telling you, for 20 plus years, that's what I've done. Now I went from being in a wheelchair, not being able to feel my legs, falling off the bike the first time, to now, I mean, biking 60 plus miles at a time. Which, there are people who bike more than that. There are century riders, which I just don't have time. To me, I don't want to be on a bike that much time out the day. Like this Saturday, I'll probably bike 40 miles, which is about 3.5 hours of biking time. But I'll be gone for 5 hours between stopping, taking pictures, stopping at the midway point, eating, and just relaxing, and basically let my body breathe. Then bike back. And then by the time I get home from biking, I mean, my body is shot. My brain is exhausted. It takes me roughly 2 days before I get back to where I'm feeling 100%. That's why usually on my Sunday runs after I bike, I don't run as far because I'm exhausted. By Monday, I'm usually feeling more like it, and it's good because that's when I get back into the gym. So my body's recovered from a ride and enough time for me to get back into the gym. That is what fat tire biking. Now, before I end, I need to clarify something. Nowadays, and more recent, I'd say in the last 5 to 10 years, there's another type of fat tire biking that's become popular. It's almost like snow biking. I mean, it's a bike where the entire frame is like a jumbo size. It's thick, and the wheels are anywhere from 4 to 6 inches wide. That's about twice the size of my tires. And the reason behind it is they take the I think I have some pictures. I can put a picture at the end of this video with the pictures for you to see what modern fat tire bikes look like. And these fat tires are so wide, they get so much traction. There are people who go out and they'll bike in the snow in them, they'll bike in the sand in them, they'll bike in the mud in them. And they got, think big mud bagging trucks with these big wide tires that just, as you're biking, they're getting traction and they're slinging stuff. That's what modern day fat tire bikers do. But when I say I'm fat tire biking, it is a mountain bike on road with hybrid tires. These tires are hybrid. Like I think I showed you, they're smooth in the center, so they get less traction on the road, and I can roll faster. Now, I say if you go to some place like Walmart and buy a mountain bike, it's going to come with mountain bike tires. There'll be knobbies everywhere. And if you go out and try and bike on the road, you're not going to get as quick or fast as roll as something with smooth center tires like I have. That's fat tire biking. Now, before I go, I gotta send a huge shout out to Eileen, Phil, and Brad over at Chain Reaction Bikes in Evans, Georgia, for keeping me rolling for the last 2 decades plus. I mean, these guys jam up. I mean, they help out. They donate bikes to the community. Matter of fact, I just got my bike back yesterday from them. I biked so much I rolled the wheel out, so I had to get another brand new wheel put on yesterday. I mean, anytime I have problems with a bike, I drop it by, they'll fix it. I mean, and even while I was there yesterday, they allowed me, thanks to Eileen for letting me, I took a kind of like a stalker tour of the store, taking pictures of the different types of bikes, road bikes, fat tire bikes, mountain bikes. So a huge shout out to Chain Reaction. As you see my cycling hoodie, or cycling jersey, bikes, for keeping me rolling and letting me kidnap their store for a little while and go stocking bikes. I know, but I saw customers looking at me while I was taking pictures like, what's he doing? It's like stocking, he's taking pictures like a peeping Tom. So, Eileen, Phil, Brad, thanks for keeping me going. Now, as I leave, remember, guys, leave comment in the description below, hit the like button, let me know what you want to talk about. But right now, this white boy's got to go eat. Now, I ate before I went biking, but I gotta hydrate and drink after going biking. So that's what, excuse me. I've talked in the past before about how important hydration was to biking and working out in everyday life, but nutrition's a big part. It's not just about eating healthy, it's what you do with what you eat. So I'm about to go eat maybe not some so healthy food just to help recover, but that is another video. Until then, guys, like I said, hit the like button and leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about. But until then, check out some of these pictures I took of bikes from the bike shop and some of my pictures from biking on the canal. And pay attention to the difference in the wheel size, the geometry of the bikes, and you can see the difference between road biking and fat tire biking. Even though I'm biking mountain bikes on road, it's still a fat tire. When you see a road cyclist, half the tire. So until then, guys, enjoyed the pictures and the special song I have for you. Bye-bye. Bicycle.